Oh, yeah, we are back in the building. Shout out to Gabriel. Shout out to Max, you not riding. Shout out to Don Vito. Hey, man, we got a hell of a show for y'all, so without further ado, let's get it.
We in the building. We in the building. We in the building, bitch. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building, bitch. We in the building.
What's going on, you crazy sons of bitches? How in the hell are y'all doing on this fantastic Tuesday? I know we typically do this show on Wednesday, but my new co-host is very bougie. Okay, he likes a bowl full of M&Ms, but all green ones, and he's very specific about the day that we do this damn show because he's a fucking diva. So without further ado, I'm gonna turn it to my co-host so that he can do our official introduction and go.
Finally, PTA and R0B have come back to you too. Now, on today's show, we're going to be talking about a few things with you jabronis in the chat.
Jabronis.
First things
Something
first,
like you.
we'll talk about Wink Martindale.
Winky.
Secondly, we will be discussing the coaching staff,
The whole
who
staff.
apparently will be adding Rob Ryan, to the coaching staff.
Okay.
And then finally, we'll be talking about potential trade talks with that Rudy Poo, no strudel ass player named Kadarius Toney.
Whoa, R0B.
No,
You're not going to disrespect
whoa, is right.
Kadarius
Whoa.
Toney. Not on my watch, sir.
Whoa. And if you're not down with that,
No, that's not it.
wait, no, that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
This is it. Woo!
No.
To be the man- No,
That's not it.
either.
That's not it.
That's
That's not it.
That's it. We're the best there is.
No.
That's not it either.
That's not it.
This is it. What you gonna do?
No,
that's not it either.
hell no. We're definitely not doing that one. There's
This
no
is-
way we're doing that one.
You smell what PTA and R0B are cooking.
Can't do the eyebrow thing. All right. And now
I gotta teach you.
I can't do that. I've never been able to do
Are we
that.
supposed to follow that?
I've never been able to do that fucking eyebrow thing. That fucking eyebrow thing is.
How about just like this? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's
time. And let me introduce our illustrious guests. Man, these two have been killing it on the YouTubes. I've been watching from the background, right? Because that's what I do. I'm a creep. I watch everybody. I watch everybody from the background. From the shadows. Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. Okay, no pause. No, none of that. I'm just being honest, man. I'm a creep. But these two have been killing it on the YouTubes, man. So please give a warm welcome to Classified with Joe and my man, Big Pat Sports Talk. What's going on, fellas? How the hell are y'all doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. We throwing out punchlines and everything, so I'm gonna talk my talk no matter what anybody thought. This is Big Pat Sports Talk, rocking with Classified 3F with Joe. That's my brother. And just happy you guys invite us to the show, man. That was a great entrance. This is my first time seeing you.
This is a PG stream. Watch your fucking language.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like what the fuck, man? There could be some goddamn kids watching this motherfucking show, and you just
saying shit and
cursing and shit. Like, what the fuck?
You think you're talking?
What the fuck is this? This is fucking bullshit.
I don't know.
Anyway, and so I'm absolutely honored and blessed to have Joel and Big Pat to come and hang out with us and talk with us tonight. Some very, very interesting stuff, man. And I've been dying to get you specifically Joel and Big Pat's thoughts on some of this stuff. So let's start here. Let's all right. Listen. All right. Quiet as kept. You guys are you're better than me. Way better than me. So here's the deal. Today we found out that we've got a new defensive coordinator by the name of Wink Martindale. Now, I'm going to say this, right, because I'm super ass excited. I love Wink Martindale. But before I continue, I just want to give a shout out to Wolves. Sometimes I do sit while I'm peeing, Wolves, but it's because I'm also taking a shit. Shout out to Word21. I ain't seen you in a minute. Thank you very much for noticing how dope my beard looks. Shout out to Bobby Powers. Shout out to Nate Talks Football. Appreciate y'all. Hey, you guys need to go make sure. You guys need to go to make sure you go to Nate Talks Football channel because he's going to be breaking down a lot of draft prospects. And let me tell you, man, there's nobody better in the business when it comes to these draft prospects than Nate Talks Football. This young man. This young man seems to know every player. And it's crazy. I don't know how he does it. But he knows every player up and down the board. Y'all need to make sure y'all go show that man some love. Okay, anyway. I've always been a big fan of Wink Martindale. I love what Wink Martindale brought to the Ravens in terms of their defense. The proof is in the pudding. The Ravens has been one of the top defensive teams for years. For absolute years. And actually, when we were doing our last coaching search, when we hired Coach Who the fuck is that, I wanted Wink Martindale. I either wanted Wink Martindale or I wanted Eric Bieniemy. I specifically wanted Wink Martindale because I loved the fact that he was going to come in, defensive-minded, get our defense right. Because at the time, our defense sucked. Like, our defense was terrible. Okay, so I was like, yo, I want a defensive-minded guy to come in here and fix this defense. The offense was okay, but the defense was just trash. So I wanted Wink Martindale. I was really excited about the possibility of him coming here being the head coach. It obviously didn't happen because, Joe Judge came in and he charmed the pants off everybody. But now we got Wink Martindale running the defense, and I fucking love it, okay? All day long, I've been hunched over in a corner with a shake weight, just thinking about all of the shit that Wink Martindale is going to draw up for this defense. I can't wait. Let's start with Rob. Rob, how are you feeling about the Wink Martindale hire, sir?
Well, I mean, I definitely wasn't, grabbing no shake weight.
It was a shake weight. I was doing a shake weight. In the corner. I was doing a shake weight in the corner, trying to get that arm strength. You know what I'm saying? Doing a shake weight. Is that what
they're calling it now?
Hey, listen, it was a shake weight. I had a shake weight in the corner. I was just like, yeah, Wink, you're going to be so fucking good. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm happy about the hire. I like the Baltimore is probably, my second favorite franchise, going back to Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, days, Terrell Suggs, Peter Boulware, the list goes on. When you coach and when you play for Baltimore, you carry a certain type of swag. You really get the best out of your players and young players at that. Baltimore is not really big on bringing in a lot of free agents. I mean, they brought in obviously Marcus Peters, but for the most part, a lot of their breakout players they always got from the draft. So they're really good at developing young players, guys that are coming into the league. I think a guy like Azeez Ojulari will extremely benefit from Wink Martindale. A guy like maybe Dexter Lawrence could extremely benefit from a Wink Martindale. Even Leo could potentially go ahead and benefit from a guy like Wink Martindale.
Emerson, what was it? Emerson? what's the young man that we got in the draft? Is it
Emerson Smith.
Emerson
Smith.
Ellison Smith. He could
potentially benefit. Even Lorenzo Carter.
Lorenzo, if he comes back, yeah.
If he comes back. The guy that I really, really think, though, is going to excel in this specific scheme is going to be Xavier Mckinney. Xavier McKinney is going to be used a lot like Earl Thomas was used back when Martindale was the defensive coordinator and they had Earl Thomas. They let Zadarius Smith go. They let Terrell Suggs go. They signed Earl Thomas, which was a leader in the back. He was flying around. He was in coverage. He was in the line. He was moving around a good amount of the play. And I think that's going to be good. A guy like Xavier McKinney's athletic ability with speed and coverage, he needs to be all over the field. So when you have a good front four or front seven that could get to the quarterback, and you have good coverage guys that are in the back, now you have a maneuver player, sort of like a joker, as you will, that you can maneuver around that line, left side, right side, line, deep. The list goes on. So I like the signing. I like the swag that he's going to be bringing, to the organization for the defense. I'm excited to see what we do and what pieces does this change the draft. This could change some things when it comes to free agency in the draft. So it's exciting to see.
You know what? I thought you were going to say Adoree Jackson because Adoree Jackson is built for this defense. That press man corner. That's Adoree Jackson. Now I don't quite know if Bradbury is going to be great playing press man, and he may not be here. But Adoree Jackson can eat in this defense without question.
This is his style of defense, Adoree Jackson.
But also like Aaron Robinson can do well in this. Why am I brain farting on the young man's name? Because it's been a long day.
Humphrey.
No. Corner. He's a corner. He looks like an old man. Holmes. Darnay Holmes. Yeah, he could do well. Until then, we've got some pieces that are like kind of plug and play. Obviously we don't have all the pieces, but we got some pieces here, and I really like. This is why I'm saying I can't wait to see what Wink Martindale draws up. So Joe, man, what were your initial thoughts? What's going on, CBNZ and Never Stay Lacking 45? What's going on with you, Joe? What was your initial thoughts and your current thoughts about Wink Martindale?
Listen, I got so excited I had to bust out the goal.
There, the LT.
All right,
bust out that LT.
All right, I like the Martindale hire, but your shake weight might be a little bit premature, Fast. A little bit premature.
Why's that?
Well, okay. Let's look at how Wink really loves to operate his defense.
Mm-hmm.
This is very, very, very strong secondary. He likes to bring his pressure with his front seven.
Yes, he does. All
right. We're missing the one key ingredient to Wink's defense right now, and that's inside linebacker.
Yes, we are. I 100% agree with that. Yes.
Look, at pick 5 or 7, we might be getting a linebacker. Don't be upset if free agency we get 3 offensive linemen, okay, and we pick up the safety from Notre Dame because you put him and McKinney in the back, get a linebacker.
People have been talking about that too.
Look, me and Pat said this. What if we go defensive in the draft and we get offensive linemen? Because look at the GM, the assistant GM. They built that Buffalo team through the draft by getting 3rd, 4th, 5th round offensive linemen. 3rd, 4th, 5th round secondary.
Yeah. And you said assistant GM from the Eagles. They did the exact same thing. Yeah.
He's talented, and he picks out linemen because we sit here and we see how well that stinking Eagles offensive line is pretty damn good.
It is. Very good.
So, look, this is a new regime. We're going to have to think about this in a different way. If Joe Judge was here, I'd say yes, 2 offensive linemen without a doubt. That would be the whole. But, guys, we have to realize this is a new regime. If we build a defense that 3 and out, and we can get the offense to work. Our defense without Wake Martindale, behind Patrick Graham's bend don't break, we gave up 70 points in the final 2 minutes of the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's where most of the points and why we lost the game and how we got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually kind of happy Graham moved on. He's got a new ride. He's got a new place. He's got 2 stud edge rushers over there, and that's what he needs for his defense.
Mm-hmm.
Wake Martindale's a whole different animal. They really don't have them 2 stud edge rushers, but the interior is built. The Buffalo Bills, their interior is built. Wake Martindale is guaranteed to stop the run.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's aggressive.
Right. So you're going to see a little bit of Patrick Graham's defense because he's going to say the same thing Joe Judge said. I want a absolutely phenomenal secondary.
Yes. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see what you're going with, Joe. Yeah. 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 And you know what? When I look at this team, right, and I look at how this team is built right now, specifically on defense, right? Because I have no idea what we're going to do offensively, but specifically on defense, I agree, right? We definitely need off-ball linebacker. That's super important for us to have some off-ball linebackers, at least one that can cover, and then another one that is just able to, make pre-snap reads, right? To be that quarterback of the defense. So we definitely need that. And then when you're talking about Hamilton from Notre Dame, that kid's a monster, right? Everybody is sitting here talking about how good this kid is and how you can plug and play him. I don't know what's going to happen with Jabril Peppers. I don't know if we're going to re-sign him or not. But hey, listen, safety is not a bad. It's not a bad option. It's not the direction that I specifically would go, but it's not a bad option. I could totally see us making a couple of moves in free agency to maybe address that linebacker situation. Maybe to address at least one lineman. Not quite sure who yet. Also, we kind of need to wait and see how they're going to clear all this cap space. So we don't even know. We don't even really know who's going to be on the team yet for us to really be making these determinations as to how they're going to implement these players. But there are some key pieces here that I really like and I'm very excited about. Big Pat, what was your thoughts on the Wink Martindale hire?
I actually like the hire a lot because I know what Wink Martindale brings. One of the keys to his defense is, like you guys said, is getting he pressures a lot. He blitzes a lot. Like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, he's going to send a zero blitz most of the time. And I think Adoree Jackson can shine in this system. I also think Aaron Robinson can shine in this system as well. And I think that's what makes Bradbury expendable.
Yes. And listen, don't forget Darnay Holmes, because I love Darnay Holmes. I love Darnay Holmes.
He's going to shine as well.
He can shine in this as well. Yes. So Bradbury does become expendable at 100%. You're 100% correct.
And he will be one of the players that's cut or traded. They say they want to clear $40 million in cap space. That tells me that most of the dead cap guys that can cut, that we can save money, they're going to do it, like the Kyle Rudolphs, the Bradburys, Blake Martinez now, because I don't think he fits Don Wink Martindale's system. The punter Riley Dixon, he saves $3 million. Booker saves $2 million.
Booker, he can go. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys that have those big cap hits that they could get rid of. I know for sure Riggs, aka Sterling Shepard, he might be a June 1st cut because it saves $8 million if you do it a June 1st cut. They're going to use most of that to get the draft picks. As far as the defense with Wink, I want to say this, man. A lot of people may not notice, but you said it earlier. Emerson Smith can play one hell of a role in this defense. Think of Pernell McPhee. I think Emerson Smith, you give him a chance, he gets a little bit more weight on him. That's a big man, and he can definitely play that role Pernell McPhee played.
He sure can.
What we're missing, the things that we're missing from Wink Martindale's system, and I believe this is 2 athletic inside linebackers, ones that can hit the hole and some that'll cover, like a Patrick Queen. They've always had someone like that in the middle linebacker position.
Yeah.
And we need one dominant edge rusher. The thing that the Ravens defense failed this year was a lot of injuries. But when they had Matthew Judon, he was that guy that got to the quarterback. So we need that guy that get to the quarterback. Whether that would be a Thibodeau if he failed at 5. I think Thibodeau would be amazing in this defense. I'm not going to lie to you. Because the way they play the run, the edge rushers don't have to be extremely technical when it comes to playing the run. Because they put so many people in the box.
Good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think Thibodeau will be an absolute monster in this defense. I think Ojulari can play a major role in this defense because I think he fits the mold. But if that kid Elverson Smith can elevate his game to where he can get on that field, I think he can play a major role in this defense.
Yeah, because
I'll be honest with you, because you can plug him inside or outside because he's 6'4", 260 right now. If he gets to around the 270, 275 range and keeps that speed, he could be a monster. You could plug him anywhere in this defense. So I'm excited. I'm very excited about this defense.
Hell yeah.
I think a thing we could look at too when it comes to free agency, potentially, you know, definitely bringing in guys, I would say from Buffalo, Baltimore, and even maybe potentially from Kansas City. I mean, when you look at some of Buffalo's guys, Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams, two guys that come to mind right off the bat. LJ Fort, who was a middle linebacker, inside linebacker for him this year, could really potentially come in and help, you know, deliver that, you know, that Wink Martindale system and get people acclimated to that. More or less, I think that a guy like Austin Johnson, although he did not play bad this year, I could see us maybe going after a guy like a Brandon Williams, or even Calais Campbell. I think if you go and you get Calais Campbell, you can move Dex inside and have him play the nose tackle. I think he's big enough. I think he's agile enough. I think he could adjust to that position. I don't think Calais Campbell can play that position, but maybe Brandon, you know, you bring in a guy like, you know, Brandon Williams. And then when you look at guys from Buffalo that they could potentially bring in, maybe potentially that are going to be free agents, you got Jerry Hughes. Is somebody that is a guy that I feel resembles a lot like a Terrell Suggs type of play style. Fast, strong, really, really adaptable, and he's been with them since he's never played for another team. So Joe Shane has familiarity with him. Dable has familiarity with him. So those are guys that you could potentially have them bring in and also potentially help, you know, teach that, you know, that way. I look at also like a guy, if Kadarius Toney, we'll get into it, but if Kadarius Toney's on the way out, you got a guy like Emmanuel Sanders, who is just there with Buffalo, could potentially come in and fill that void or that hole.
Kadarius Toney's not going nowhere. First, by the way, apparently Jordan Ronan is in the chat. So hi Jordan. Some of your takes are ass. Some of them are good. Some of your takes are ass. So, but you do good work. So salute to you.
I blocked him last night.
And Brian Flores is in the chat. Brian Flores is in the chat. Hey, Brian, listen, man. Listen, Brian.
My stalkers.
Listen, Brian. You know that was some bullshit that happened to you, man. You know, and I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing or whatever. But you know you're not gonna get a job nowhere, right? It's gonna take you a couple years, man. So you might want to just you know figure out another you know. Means of employment is all I'm saying.
Question for you guys: Bradbury goes. Is Gilmore in play?
Stephon Gilmore? No.
Why not?
If they go, because I don't. You want me to go past on?
Yeah, go ahead. No, listen. This is the barbershop.
He's only getting $13 million this year.
We're not giving them $13 million.
Just saying. Maybe you could work him down. You get him. He's got. I mean, Joe Shane drafted him.
Yeah,
listen,
he did.
We need 8 offensive linemen on this team. We have 1.
Brian Dable's in the chat too. What's up, Brian? You're doing great putting together your staff.
Andrew Thomas. Look, Nick Gates is going to get an injury settlement. Lemieux might get an injury settlement. He tore his patella. Matt Pert, I'm sorry, the guy couldn't beat out Nate Solder, and he tore his ACL at the end of the year.
But even if we go and we bring these guys in, I'm thinking, in all realisticness, obviously I would love, you know, Evan Neal to be there. Chances are he's probably going to get picked, you know, by Jacksonville. Could potentially bring him in. if I'm looking reality, I think it's very well possible we could get Cross and Linderbaum.
Well, Joe Shane came out today and he said it's all about positional value at the pick. He's all about that. So if Linderbaum, I've seen some mocks where Linderbaum's picked 31st. So if he doesn't
it's a center.
center that
It's a
high,
center.
he's not going to take a center that high.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when you
Would
got
you be
someone
okay with taking a corner that high, like Stingley or Gardner?
Oh man. The last time we took a really high safety was what's his name?
Kenny Phillips.
Yeah, but
Was it Kenny?
Yeah, but he banged his knee up, had a short career, but damn, he was good when he played.
Yeah,
I think Landon. Didn't we take Landon high?
Landon was second
No,
round.
we took him in the second round.
Landon was second round. High second round draft pick. I think he was like number 5 or 6 in the
He was a
second round.
projected first, wasn't he? But
Yes.
didn't he get
Yes.
he suffered a knee injury or some type of injury, didn't he?
Well, let's look at Buffalo's defense. Let's look at the Ravens' defense. Are they typically picking corners or safeties high top? In the first rounds.
They picked Gilmore. They picked Tre'Davious White. I mean, they really haven't had the need to. Two guys there. Jimmy Smith for Baltimore was a good player. Marlon Humphreys was Humphreys. I think Humphreys was a second round pick, but he ended up being a good player.
But it's because we had somebody on this team that saw talent. We traded up in the third round for Robinson, and everyone's like, "Why are we getting another corner?" But that kid came out and balled.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. But the thing is with Wink Martindale is that, and I was watching Chris, the entertainer, earlier, and it's like if you don't have the
shout out to YouTube Yoda
to meet this guy's defense, it's not gonna work. So my thing is, we know Adoree Jackson could go and play in this system. This is his style of system. That's what they played in Tennessee, was man-to-man, in-your-face style of defense. So he can play that. Right. You need to have another guy that can play that style of defense. Now, whether you got to either bring somebody in with free agency, or you have to draft a young guy, a cornerback with one of your first overall picks.
Say something real fast. We have that guy in Aaron Robertson. That guy is an in-your-face corner, and he's a bump and run corner. That's why they brought him here.
Yeah,
the previous regime.
I agree.
I think you give that guy a chance. I think we have way too many needs to go corner.
I don't think we need to go corner at all. Like when you look at what we have, I don't necessarily think we need to go corner high at all.
Yeah, we have a 4-corner rotation already with Rodarius Williams before he got hurt. Darnay Holmes, Robinson, and Adoree Jackson.
Yep. I mean, yeah.
All I want to say is they're not clearing $40 million in cap space for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're clearing that $40 million in cap space because I believe they know they only have one offensive lineman on this team. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You only have one offensive lineman on this team that's worth a damn, and that's Andrew Thomas. All the other guys are hurt
or gone,
or
Billy
suck.
Price is probably not going to be back. Bredesen's probably not going to be back.
Sakura
might not be back.
Hernandez ain't going to be back. Yep, Hernandez ain't coming back.
I mean, so you're pretty much rebuilding the offensive line at this point.
Yes.
Nick Gates is coming off a compound fracture. You got Lemieux coming off patella tendon. You got Pert that couldn't even beat out Nate Solder.
Yep.
Coming off of ACL. You have to get about 7 linemen.
Right.
You have to get at least 7 linemen. We can't just draft 2 rookies in the first round and just think everything's going to be cool.
Right.
Now you're depending on rookies to come in and know the system and everything from jump.
I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of trades happen for some linemen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what we were talking about with the trades.
Yeah, that's why I think Tony and Saquon Barkley's name has came up.
Yeah.
Maybe they trade him to Buffalo, get a 2nd-round pick, and get an offensive guard.
Right.
Maybe they trade Tony to get an offensive lineman here. Who knows what they're trying to do with that? Me personally, I don't think either one of them will be gone. If the one was able to leave, it'll be Barkley. I don't think you can trade Tony right now. I don't think you save anything by trading Tony. And to be honest with you, off his rookie season, he was hurt, so I don't know how much value people have in Tony right now.
Right, and
the only thing you'd have going for him is that he's a young player.
Well, but why would you get rid of someone who, when he was on the field, was electric? He was absolutely electric. Why would you get rid of that?
Zero B. I'm gonna answer this real quick, and then I'm gonna let you go.
Go ahead.
Everybody with the New York Giants, we've been bad for so long. Everybody just wants to hold on to the electric. And what I mean by the electric is a player that can make a play, zigzag out and through the out in the outfield, make a play here and there. But he's always hurt. And then we're not winning anything with him. Same thing with Saquon Barkley. Everybody says, well, if you get rid of Saquon Barkley, you got to get rid of – why don't you get rid of Daniel Jones? And Daniel Jones was hurt, but what do you think Saquon Barkley's been? He's missed a total of 2 full seasons since he's been here.
Mm-hmm. No,
if you get a second-round pick or a low first-round pick for Saquon Barkley, there's no way in hell you shouldn't do that.
Oh, no. I listen, y'all know me. I don't think anybody is safe on this team. Everybody can go. I don't care. Right?
You got quiet, Pest.
Am I still quiet? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're going in and out.
Yeah, you're going in and out.
Hey, I think I need to get a new cable for this microphone. It's been doing that lately. Is it better at all? Yes, no?
A tad bit.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to buy a new cable for this microphone.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I slid it like an engine. All of a sudden, it's great. So yeah, no one is safe in my opinion. I'm not gonna sit here and say that we need to keep this specific player or that specific player. Whatever this regime decides to do is what they decide to do. I'm not gonna jump out the window about any move. But why would you get rid of a wide receiver you just drafted? Right? We've already said that we're not gonna save any money by getting rid of him. We don't even really know what he is, so what are we going to get for him? This is the reason why I don't think Tony is in the conversation. Now, let's let Rob play with his paper bag a little bit longer.
Well, my wife. Sorry, you were cutting out. You're cutting out again, and my wife dropped off my dinner. Sorry.
Yeah, what's your dinner?
Taco Bell.
Oh, I see you've chose diarrhea. Okay.
Yeah.
Diarrhea. If I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out with a bang.
Well, Pest, let me look. Let's look at it like this. All right. Right now, the Giants' credit score is 500.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You've fallen on hard friggin' times. Okay.
Yes. So it is.
You've got a $40,000 truck that's paid for sitting in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
But you owe back money on so many different things to get your credit back up. You sell the truck, use that money to pay off loans, pay off debt, get your credit score back up so that you can move. It's the same friggin' way. You take what assets you have, you get what you can get for them, and you build back up. This team is dog shit.
Yeah, that truck is Saquon Barkley. That truck is Bradbury. That truck is not Kadarius Toney. That's this.
What?
The only person that I don't think it makes sense to trade is Kadarius Toney. You want to trade Saquon? Fine. You want to trade Daniel Jones? Cool. You want to trade Bradbury? You want to trade Blake Martinez? Fucking do it. But I don't see the value in trading a Kadarius Toney right now.
Well, the thing with Kadarius Toney, and I don't know if anybody shares the same opinion, is the guy talented? Things that we've saw on the team, is he electric when he gets the ball in his hand? Absolutely. 2 things. One, I don't like how he always goes backwards. I don't like that. You catch it, go forward, and go. Second, I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way.
We don't know what his attitude is. We don't know what his attitude is.
No, you kind of do. Look at how he carried himself within the press conferences and stuff like that. The attitude that he showed to the questions that were being asked to him, the way he was treating the media. Not only that, but the stuff that he went on and did, when it comes to social media. 2 is the fact of him being unhealthy. Now, I'm saying is, one second. The reason why I'm bringing this up is when you look at guys that are in Buffalo, none of them act that way. None of them treat the media that way. They're interacting. They don't have that kind of like that I don't know what's the best way to that thug type of like personality. That they,
Thug.
I don't know, like
All right.
thug.
Okay, so
where
wait,
is
hold
it?
on, hold on a second, hold on,
From?
wait, hold on a second, hold on,
I'm
no, hold on a second, because
I just don't think-
what
I don't think that he's gonna
what
beat
our
up
zero B is doing is not fair. Okay, let's get a couple of things straight. First and foremost, you're talking about the media in fucking Buffalo. They're nice as fucking pie. Okay, we're not talking about the New York City media. The first thing, the second thing is, Kadarius Toney didn't even fucking play a snap, and everyone said he was a bust. The media said he was a bust. The fan base said he was a bust. Twitter said he was a bust. This kid didn't even get on the field, and everybody was like, "Oh, Kadarius Toney, he's a rapper. He's not focused on football. Oh, Kadarius Toney, he shouldn't even have been drafted in the first round in the first place. Oh, Kadarius Toney." But the fact of the matter is that before this kid even played a snap, everybody said he was bad for the team. And you expect for him to just get up in front of the camera and go, "Hi, yes, boss. I knows I's bad for the team, but I plays good footballs." Like, no, fuck that. Like, I don't care about Kadarius Toney's attitude because everyone shit on him before the kid even played a snap. Before he played the snap. Oh, he doesn't have shoes that match. Oh, his legs are fucked up. Oh, he's making rap songs. Oh, he's on social media. So what? So what?
Can I add something real fast?
Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
The question to Zero B. This is why I got into this game to do this, because I don't appreciate the media at all, especially the New York media. That's why I had a segment called Kadarius Toney versus the New York media. And unfortunately, he got hurt, so he wasn't able to do any more press conferences. But I would like to ask you this, R0, and I'm not going at you in any type of way. What about Kadarius Toney brings the thug attitude? Where does that come from?
And
What is
maybe-
it showing you that he's a thug?
And maybe
Is it because hold on? Is it because he's a rapper? Has he gone out there and did anything wrong as far as, I don't know, beating up somebody in public? Has he been arrested for anything? Has he been questioned about any type of cases or anything? Has anybody questioned his work ethic? Has anybody questioned this kid law by anything? Where did the thug come from?
It came from the legal firearm that he had when the police stopped him. But it was legal. Cause I got firearms in my house. Am I a thug? Yeah, he got caught with a firearm.
No, I didn't
but it
know
was
about
legal.
that. And maybe the thug word wasn't like the word that I was trying to like come up with. But I'm just, what I was saying is, and what I mean by that comment is when I look and I see how Joe Shane, or from what that we've heard as far as what they want to do, players that they want to bring in, personalities that they want to bring in, leaders that they want to bring in. When I see how Toney has kind of carried himself in press conferences, it doesn't seem like a type of player that may adapt that kind of mantra that they're trying to push off. I see him kind of like a Antonio Brown type of personality, like seeing, like going on the field. He'll probably be a dynamic player, play good, but maybe have a poor attitude, like maybe off the field when it comes to being a leader, being something.
From
like
where?
Again,
what are you basing that off of? What are you basing that off of?
I'm basing it off of his interaction
with the same media that shit on him 5 minutes earlier.
The reason why that he got an attitude with the media was because they came at him off of a post on social media, which really he had no business like really chiming in.
It was before that.
Nothing to do with
it. Was before that. It was before that.
Nothing to do with him.
It was before that.
He had an attitude with the media, even when they asked him like basic questions, not like prying him. Hey, why did you say this? What I'm talking about, basic football questions. He gave them nothing but attitude. And some of them were just asking, like, they were asking nicely. And it was just like the way he was answering, like, why are you asking me this fucking question? And I get it. The media is going to ask stupid questions at times. But when you're asking a general question, I just don't we're not accustomed to that type of response. Look at the players that we've had in our locker room throughout the years that we've had. Who has ever really spoken to the media?
Hey, yo,
that way?
Rob almost made me drop the very first N-bomb on PTA Sports. Pat, you don't have to raise your hand. This is your show, too. Just cut Rob's ass off.
No, I don't want to disrespect the man. Real talk. I'm not
And I
about
hope I
that.
wasn't disrespectful in any way in anything that I said.
No, you're not. No, you're not. It's just this is the conversations I got. I get into. That's why I don't like the media, because the media portrays someone as a person that they're not. First, the question that you're talking about, they asked the man, "Are you talking about what he said about Henry Ruggs?"
No.
Okay, because that was one of the questions they asked him. The man that was one of his friends.
Yeah.
And all the man said was, man, pray for the man.
Right.
And pray for the family that was hurt during that instance.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with what the man said. There was absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah. Rob Zero, let's say if that was your brother that did what Henry Ruggs did. And you came out and said, man, just pray for my brother. Hopefully he's okay. He's got to do his time. He said he has to do his time for the crime that he committed.
Right.
But pray for the man, because everybody deserves a second chance. And he also said, please pray for the people that died.
Lost a daughter. Yep.
Yeah, they lost a daughter. That's all he said. And they came out and acted like he said Henry Ruggs was in the right.
Well, that's
so how can you expect this man to interact with you in a good manner when you come at him that way?
Mm-hmm.
And all this is before he really got into his career.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pest said, they were saying he was a bust because they was making fun of him because he had to go out and practice with no shoes.
Right.
That told me that dude wants to play. He didn't have no shoes. He was
like, I'm out here, but I'm out here running routes with no shoes on. Right. I'm out here working. I'm out here doing what I got to do. Listen.
And that's like the question the media asked him. He says, hey, Kadarius, what's your plan this weekend? I don't tell anybody.
I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing this weekend. I'm minding my business this weekend, motherfucker.
So you could be right there and question me about stuff when I'm on my break?
With my family or my girlfriend or my parents?
Okay, yeah. let's relate this to us, okay? A year and a half ago, right? What did people think about Pest the Analyst? Like, did people what did people think Pest the Analyst was in his real life? Did anybody think that I was a good person, a bad person, a philanthropist doing good things? Did anybody? Because the entire because
I followed
yes, but see here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because I'm sure there was a lot of people who may have questions about who I was and what I did, because no one knew that I was a Marine the whole fucking time. Like, no one knew. So it would have been easy.
I thought you were a guy that was going out clubbing, banging a bunch of bitches.
It would have been real easy to have misconceptions about Pest the Analyst, the guy that's on YouTube talking about the Giants, who's got a foul mouth and tells the worst jokes ever, right? But the entire time I was a Marine, and people would have looked stupid if they would have claimed I was anything other than that, because that's what I was the whole time. And I feel like that's what people do. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a second, because I've been holding this in, and I gotta get this out. Yeah, I just want to let Billy Mays know that he is a sorry son of a bitch. Okay, everything that Billy Mays touches turns to fucking failure. Okay. He's got a big ass head. His glasses are too small. They don't even fucking fit. He probably has on his fucking daughter's glasses, right? He probably eats peanut butter sandwiches and warm milk for lunch every fucking day. Okay? This man is a piece of shit, and I don't fucking like him. All right? I'd also like to give a shout out to Big Blue Corner. I'd also like to give a shout out to Big Blue in the Bronx. I'd also like to give a shout out to Ivan Big Blue. I'd also like to give a shout out to Eddie Eagles. Eddie Eagles. To Seahawks Eddie, my bad. Seahawks Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Bark Nasty's in the building. I shout out to all of them, but fuck Billy Mays, that punk ass bitch. Bitch.
I don't know, that wasn't a trigger word for me, Thug. I don't know what you're trying to get at right there. I know what you're trying to get at, but like Pest said, he called you exactly what you are. the thing that triggers me, and it's not Rob Zero. I don't have any problem with Rob Zero. The people I have a problem with is when media portray people
Yes.
before you even get to know them.
Before you even know who they are, before he plays
And
a
I
snap.
didn't know about the Ruggs thing. I
Before he
knew
played
all
a
I
snap.
heard was something about a post. I didn't even look into it.
Right.
That was
I
the
heard about
post.
a
It was
post
the
and
Henry
whatever.
Ruggs post
And then
that
I
people.
saw his personality in the you know, in the interviews, and I'm like, why is this guy? I mean, I laughed at times, but like I was just like, man, like I mean, they're just asking you a question, but I didn't know that's what he said, and then they came at him for it, you know, as if like he was supporting. I
Media
would've been
some
upset, too.
clowns.
I
Media
would've been upset,
some
too.
Right.
clowns.
Rob Zero, I just want you to do me one favor. This is not me trying to plug my channel or anything. I just want you to watch that Kadarius Toney versus the New York media video.
I got you.
What I did, and you watch that, and you can hit me up on Twitter. I know Pest is on Twitter. We talk to each other.
Mhm.
You hit Pest on Twitter, ask him on Twitter, and you get back to me when you watch that Kadarius Toney versus the New York media, because that actually meant something to me. Those videos were actually meaning something to me because I've seen it done too many times, especially with the New York media, LA media, New York media,
They're
Philadelphia media.
fucking terrible. Fucking
at the
terrible.
Look at the shitstorm they created with Beckham.
Yep.
How can you get any more worse than that?
I think it was crazy on how because it popped up on the feed there where OC was like, "Yo, I told you never to leave New York." He's like, "I didn't leave New York. I got booted."
He
Right.
did get the boot. He did get the boot though.
And the media drove it.
Odell Beckham Jr. did kind of deserve to get the boot a little bit, just a little bit.
He did. Not
I mean,
gonna deny
I
it,
mean, for what though? I mean, he was saying they suck basically.
Yeah, but you don't go on TV and say that about your teammates.
Yeah.
Man.
You don't go on TV and
you don't
Right.
do that. Yeah, you don't do that.
That was-
Like you can tell.
That's what the media sees. They see their next Odell Beckham and Kadarius Toney.
yes.
That's what they see,
and
bro.
that's what they're trying to do. And the young man goes, works on his craft. That's football, and he works on his craft. That's music. And we've never heard about Kadarius Toney doing anything else outside of football. Football and music. That's it. That's all we know about Kadarius Toney. Because he don't tell strangers what his plans are, which I'm good with. I'm totally good with that.
I'm actually proud that he did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're just trying to find out where you are so they can keep pestering
So
you.
they
and
can,
keep
so
jabbing
they can
at you
fucking
and keep
bother
doing
you.
things
So that
to
they
you.
can bother you. It's that bullshit. Okay. Because we're about 50 minutes into the show and we still got a couple of topics that I wanted us to hit on. We're gonna try to move on from this because we literally have about 25 minutes before we gotta let Pat and Joe get ready to go do their show, which is fucking amazing. Their links are in the description. Please make sure that you guys go and give them subs on both of their channels and go follow them on Twitter. All that information is in the description. Make sure you're hitting a thumbs up on this because like YouTube algorithms or some stuff. Self-serve. I'm not shaving my beard. I've shaved my face. I shaved my face for 20 years, my entire adult life. I ain't doing it no more. Okay, I'm not shaving, and I'm barely getting haircuts.
Well, you're gonna look like me.
Yeah, let's get ready to go down. Okay, I want to just get you guys, and we're gonna try and keep this next 25 minutes to as rapid fire as we can. I want to get your thoughts on a few different things. Okay, so first and foremost, Joe, man, what's your opinion on our offensive coordinator? How'd you feel about him getting hired?
People were saying, well, who do we look at? I brought his name up. I said, I really like him, Pat. Everyone's like, who are we going to look at for an OC? And I said, I want the Kansas City guy who's the quarterback's coach. He's in charge of the passing game for the Kansas City. He's the one that schemes Travis Kelce open. He's the one that schemes how Tyreek Hill is used. He's the one that gets the blocking, Edwards-Helaire out on the swing pass, out on the check down, makes him run the certain routes or whatever, or if he has to stay in and block, depending on what the defense is showing, what Mahomes is calling. This guy was in charge of all the wide receiver routes. He knows that offense inside and out. I love it because if you look at Kansas City's offense, you look at the Bills' offense, we're going to see a hybrid. We're going to see a different type of offense that Giants fans are not used to. Because if you look at what we did in the Super Bowls when we won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
When we put up yards running the football, ground and pound, baby, that's Giants football. You're going to see something different right now with Dabble in the OC from Kansas City. I like his resume. He was under Andy Reid, but Andy Reid really didn't have anything to do with the route trees or anything like that. That was all him. I like the experience.
Okay. Pat, what do you think?
I mean, my thoughts exactly on that. I like the experience with Kafka, and I like that he did have the cheese passing game. He was the main part of that passing game. So if he can use Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman, I think he can use Kadarius Toney. I think he's going to be here. I don't think he's going to be traded, but it is a new regime, so anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what this offense is about because Brian Dable is going to put his input on it as well. He's the head coach, so he should have a little bit of input of what the offense is about. I think Mike Kafka handles the passing game as well, and I think Brian Dable comes up with some blocking schemes. And shout out to OG Bobby Johnson, the offensive line coach. If this guy can make Bobby Hart a decent NFL lineman, I think he's done a hell of a job. So I'm I'm waiting to see exactly what they can bring, man. Hopefully, we can get that running game going because that's going to be important. But I can't wait to see what we do. Hopefully, Daniel Jones can keep up. If not, then he won't be here after this year. So
This is true. Rob, how are you feeling about Kefka?
I like to pick up. I think it's. I mean, you kind of got when you look at. I mean, just look at the playoff game. I mean, between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. I mean, it was a shootout. The route combinations, the things that they were able to do. I mean, and if you told me, 2 weeks later, we would have a combination of both that offense and the Bills offense, so KC and both, and being able to put them kind of together and make one. I mean, that's a pretty solid. I mean, I would tell you it's probably never going to happen, but I'd like it. So the fact that you're bringing a guy, in Kafka, that has worked under Andy Reid, we all know how well Andy Reid does when it comes to offenses and what he's able to do everywhere he's been. They've always had a top-tier offense when he was with Philly, with Kansas City. I like the fact that, and it appears obviously that they are really going all in on giving Daniel Jones really no room for error or excuse to really get the best out of him, because you've got a guy like Brian, and maybe, and this is just my thing. I don't think that they're going to really I think they want to see progress this year, but if they get a slight progress, obviously I think that they bring him back next year. And I think it would be a lot better for them to give him the fifth-year option,
Yes.
as opposed to giving him the franchise tag, because I would rather have the franchise tag and not have to allocate $28 million to him next year, so I can use that franchise tag on Barkley if he comes out and he has a good year, to where I can franchise Barkley. I don't have to give him a long-term contract, and I have Daniel Jones under contract for one more year, and that's like $21 or $23 million, giving me $5 million of play money. So I would prefer that, because if he's not the guy, if he comes out and he flops, you could still trade him next offseason or use him as a backup. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could still, I mean, if you're going to end up paying, you can still use them as a backup. You go and you draft somebody, you have them go out and battle it out, give DJ the start, and then eventually you move it over to the rookie. Or if you bring in the veteran guy, you let the veteran guy come, and Daniel Jones is now his backup. Sorry, Charlie, you couldn't get it done. So it's clear that they're giving really Daniel Jones no room for error. They're going to give him every opportunity. And I like the fact that now we'll be able to utilize some of the weapons that we do have. We'll be able to see what Barkley can do, what Galladay can do. I mean, we know what he can do, but hopefully he stays healthy and we can get him on the field working. Tony, hopefully he stays healthy. We get him going. Who knows about Shep, if they redo his contract or they let him go. Colin Johnson, to me, looked like a solid guy. I mean, he really came in a lot of games and really played some good football, made some good catches.
He was fine. He was
you know,
fine. He was good
he
depth.
did good.
Good depth. He's good depth. He's good
He's
depth.
definitely good depth. You know what I'm saying? And who knows?
I'd
He
agree.
could be a breakout guy. Who knows?
Well-
Given some time in another scheme, maybe he breaks out. Who knows? We don't know. But the tight end position, I don't think. I think Evan Ingram's going to be gone, and that's going to hurt. And I could see them going after a guy like a Max Williams
Fuck
in
Evan
free
Ingram.
agency. He's been around the league a little bit, but I believe he was with Buffalo at one point. I believe he was in Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken. He was with Arizona this year until he hurt his leg or something like that or whatnot. But he can block. He can catch. He's like 6'4", 6'5". He might even be 6'6". He's big. He's physical. I think that's the kind of guy that they really can get around and really kind of plug him in. And maybe you draft a tight end in the later rounds. Or, you know, you've got oh my God. The backup guy that we've got that we kept.
Caden Smith.
Caden Smith. You've got Caden Smith now. Maybe you move him up to the number 2 spot and finally put him on the field and utilize him as opposed to him not touching the field at all. So I like it. I'm excited. I want to see what they're able to do. I just want to see the progress. I want to see route concepts. It literally seemed like every play, Buffalo and Kansas City, somebody was getting open every single play. I want to see that. I want it just to be a fucking nuisance to the defense that we're playing. Like, dude, how are they getting these guys? I want them to feel like they're playing Madden. How are these guys open? How are they? That's what I want it to be. I want to see the progress.
All right.
Well,
Cool.
one quick thing on that O-line coach that we got coming in, you're going to see a completely different blocking scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy likes to teach inside-out blocking schemes. What does that do? That opens up the center of the pocket. That pushes everybody out wide, which is why Josh Allen runs up the middle so friggin' much.
Yep.
And that's why he doesn't have a lot of balls batted down at the line of scrimmage either, because of the way they like that. So what the defense will tend to do is run an inside stunt. That opens up the outside, and then that's where Josh Allen starts throwing those wide receiver screens, and there's nobody on the outside because they're coming inside, outside in, trying to get up the middle and push that pocket back on Josh Allen.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. Shout out to Super Taj World. What's going on with you, brother, man? Appreciate you being here.
Taj.
I got a question here. Real quick question. I'm looking here at some offensive linemen here, being that we just hired Brandon Brown, assistant GM.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Kelsey is a free agent from Philadelphia. What are the chances? I mean, he'll probably retire, but what do you think the chances if he walks? I wouldn't mind bringing Jason Kelsey in.
How much that going to cost, though?
Right now he's 34, so maybe he plays a couple of years. I'm okay with getting a veteran guy. He's still productive. He was still a top. I think he still made the Pro Bowl. $9 million is his projected salary. Maybe
year?
get him a little bit cheaper.
The thing with that move, though, Rob Z,
Yeah, I don't know.
when you sign guys like that, that means you're on the verge of winning. I don't
Yeah,
think a guy like that
that's
would even
not
wanna
a-
come to New York because
No.
we're in a rebuild mode.
Yeah.
If I'm 34 years old,
I'm trying to win a Super Bowl, bitch.
I'm trying to win a Super Bowl.
I'm trying to win a Super
Right.
Bowl.
With you.
Fuck
And
you, Giants.
I think when we sign veterans, I think they're going to go from the age range between 27 and 30.
Right.
I think that's what they're going to do. So look at the guard from San Francisco, Laken Thomas.
Laken Thomas, I like him. I
around
think he's a good
27.
prospect.
There's a
Look
center
at Ben
out
Jones. If you're looking at center, look at Ben Jones from Tennessee.
another one.
He's
Ben Jones,
he's like
yep.
30 years old.
Yeah.
I think
Ben
that would be a
Jones.
guy that we could bring. Ryan
Hey.
Jensen's another one, but I think
Yeah.
he's going to be too high
He's going to be
priced,
too expensive.
too expensive.
But-
play with Tom and everything.
But
Well-
the first
well,
two guys, you're
think
going to be able to get for about $18 million combined.
Well,
Yeah.
if you listen, so there was a blurb on Twitter where Shane was talking about positional value. It was and actually it was on YouTube on
Yes.
the Giants channel, and he's talking about positional value, and he's talking about how you're building a team, and he's already expressed that like if you're looking at a free agent, you're going to pay a premium price for that free agent. So you might as well go to the draft because it's more cost effective. So I don't even necessarily think we're going to see a whole lot of big flashy moves in the free agency period.
We're not.
We're gonna sign a bunch. We're gonna sign a bunch of depth guys, a bunch of rotational guys. Like we will probably not sign any starters. And I would be absolutely surprised if we sign some big name starter. Like maybe we'll get a starting lineman, right, from a pool of veteran linemen that are out there. But like I would not expect for this team to do anything in free agency that's regarding a starter, especially when we have so many picks in the draft. Which and this kind of brings me to kind of our last topic. We can chew the fat on this for 10 minutes before we start wrapping up. But what do you guys want in the middle rounds, right? Because we've all talked about the first round picks, maybe the second round picks, right? We're throwing in linemen, we're throwing in potentially corners, even though I don't think we're going to do that. We're throwing in safety, Hamilton from Notre Dame. There's been a lot of names, but what do you guys? And I want to ask this to Joel and Pat specifically because you guys were just calling the East-West game the other day. I know you guys
have been watching this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I told you I'm a creep, man. I watch all of y'all. I just don't say shit. I just watch. I watch. I'm a fan. Like, I'm a fan of all of y'all, man. I just watch your shit. A lot of times I don't say nothing in chat unless I have to. Like when I said to you guys specifically, need y'all on the channel next week. Let's make it happen. Yeah. But aside from that, I'm a creeper, yo. I just watch. But Blazer Beam is in the house. What's going on, Laser Beam? How you doing? So I'm asking specifically y'all because I know y'all have been focused on some of these draft prospects. Who are y'all thinking? In the middle rounds, because that's where you make your money as a team in regards to drafting, is finding those hits in the middle rounds. So what are your guys' thoughts on the middle rounds? Are there any prospects that you guys have been looking at that you're like, yo, I want him in the fourth, I want him late in the third, I want him in the fifth? Hit me. Let me know. Let me know what some names you guys are thinking about, because I haven't even really started working on draft prospects. I typically don't until I get a little bit more close to the draft. And by then I've seen their combine, I've seen their pro days, and I can kind of base things off of that. But what do you guys think, man? What are some of your top middle round guys? Help us out. Whoever wants to go first.
Man, I want you to go over the tight ends because that's a huge need for this team. Pat has these tight ends broken down, and I'm in 100% agreement with him.
Let's get it.
See, in the third and fourth round, there's a couple of guys that are really
good. This is why I brought y'all. I know y'all have this information. Let's go. Let's hear it.
In the third round, look for Jeremy Ruckert. I think his stock is going to fall just a tad little bit. But I think he's perfect for this system that we're going to be running here in New York, especially with Kafka coming over. Look for Jeremy Ruckert from Ohio State. My best tight end in this draft, although he won't go the first off the board, is Kolar. Bret Kolar from Iowa State, 6'7", absolute beast, can run.
I just saw somebody talking about him.
Version of Gronk. Yep. I know everybody puts Gronk out there, but I think this kid is going to be dominant when he gets to the league.
Yes.
Another tight end that you can think of is a guy from Virginia, Jelani Woods. We can actually get him in the fifth round.
Right.
He played in the East-West Shrine game, and he's perfect for this system, man. Believe it or not, guys, me and Joel have said, I'm glad you brought up tight ends. Me and Joel have said this. Tight end is essential for your team to make it deep into the playoffs. You have to have a reliable tight end to get there. Name how many Hall of Fame quarterbacks that won multiple Super Bowls that didn't have a good tight end. Name them.
Yeah. Oh, we'll wait because we can't.
I mean, Eli Manning.
Come on, he had
reliable time.
Kevin Boss.
First touchdown.
Jeremy Shockey early in his career, but a Super Bowl run.
Shockey got injured early that year.
Yeah, he did. But Kevin Boss stepped up.
Yeah, Kevin Boss played.
Kevin Boss
Jake
was
Ballard.
actually really good. Jake Ballard was also really good. Those were good tight ends. They weren't superstars, but they were solid. They were solid, reliable.
Solid tight ends.
Yes,
Like Howard
yes.
They had to be Hall of Famers.
Yes.
I didn't say they had to be Hall
Just,
of
yeah,
Famers.
you just gotta be solid and reliable. You gotta be solid and reliable. I throw you the ball, you catch it. I put you on a blocking assignment, you block it up. Like that's it.
Yeah. Name one Hall of Fame quarterback that didn't have a solid tight end and won multiple Super Bowls. John Elway didn't win 2 Super Bowls to who? Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. Yeah. Yep.
Troy Aikman.
Patriots.
Well, maybe Terrell Davis.
Yeah, well, but
Shannon
still,
Sharp was that guy
Shannon
too.
Sharp.
He was the receiving. Name one wide receiver on that team besides Rod Smith.
Yeah, right. Right.
McCaffrey.
And
McCaffrey,
and
he was
McCaffrey
cool, but-
was okay, but he
Yeah.
wasn't like blowing nobody's faces off with what he was doing on the
Right,
field.
right.
He was good. I'm not saying he wasn't good, but he wasn't
We should have never cut him.
So you mean
Hey.
to tell you? So you mean to tell me Shannon Sharp wasn't one of the major reasons why that offense was the way it was?
Clicking.
I mean, they were clicking, but he got in the 1998 Super Bowl. He got knocked out.
Oh shit!
early.
Just
And they
signed.
still dominated that game with the. I mean, he was huge in the playoffs. I'm not saying he wasn't a
Right.
big time player, but
Right.
they were still able to move the football.
But
and
how
with
did they
Terrell
get to
Davis.
that Super Bowl? That was because of that.
Terrell Davis,
dominant
well,
side-
that year, the first year, yeah. I mean, he had the big catch against
Right.
Pittsburgh, which sealed the game, and but in the second year, I would probably say that year specifically, I would say was Terrell Davis was the biggest reason why they did so well because he ran.
Look
for
at
2,000
Dan Marino, never had a tight end.
That's true.
You know,
true.
I mean,
That's true.
Man, look at Dan Fouts had Kellen Winslow Sr. Okay, but they never
Right.
made it. But that was such a dynamic duo. They knew each other.
Yeah.
You look at Joe Montana. Look at Troy
Brett
Aikman.
Favre,
Like-
Brett Favre never really had a
What?
solid
What?
tight end.
What? Mark Chimera? What?
What?
Bubba Franks?
What?
Bubba Franks was he was
They were
average.
reliable.
They were reliable. We're not talking about
Super
superstars. We're talking about
They threw the
reliable
ball and they
guys, man.
guaranteed first down.
Thank you very much,
That
Jasad.
man,
I
Brett
appreciate
Favre
you.
Made the Pro Bowl because he caught every red zone touchdown Brett Favre threw to him.
Hey, Jasad, you
I
need
will-
to call
I will
me. You need to
see-
call me,
I will
Jasad.
say this: I do miss the fact of us having, if you and maybe this is just me, but I always thought when we had the athletic guys, like Jeremy Shockey was an anomaly, obviously, because he was a great player, but
Yes, he was.
but I felt like we did better when we had not the most agile, not the fastest, but the guy that had the strongest hands that can make the plays and move the sticks, like
Mark
Ballard,
Bavaro.
like Mark Bavaro.
Right.
And I wish that we would get back to that.
That's
not that I don't like having an athletic player,
Right.
You know, like. And listen, if I could get a Kittle that's an athletic player, you know, if I could have him on the
Right.
team, great. If I could have a prime Vernon Davis, I'd love to have it because
Right.
but these guys have the whole package. But I feel like for what we did to win those ball games, which was running the football downhill, you had a guy that could block, you had a guy that
Right.
could catch it, like you said, reliable
right,
guy.
right.
We need
Yeah.
to get back to that.
That's
Yeah.
what we're saying in the tight end.
Even
That's what
Michael Vick. Even Michael Vick when he was playing in Atlanta. He
Algie
was the only
Crumpler.
guy yeah. Exactly. You see how quick you brought him up?
Mhm.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm. It is important.
I
that
didn't say you were lying.
it is important. It is important
I'll
for us to
give you
get better
one that
tight ends.
most people don't even know about. When the San Diego Chargers got destroyed by the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl, when they had Stan freaking Humphreys. Who was his main target?
Wow! Wow! Look at Big
Yeah.
Pat! Look at Big Pat!
I'm
Okay.
telling you. I told
Look
you.
at Big Pat! Look at him with the knowledge. That's a good one, Pat. That's a good one. Damn, that's a good
People
one.
forget about that
Yeah,
thing. When he used to open up the
damn.
coconut and drink it,
Yeah,
that was the main target.
damn. Yeah,
Right.
this is true. Hey, you know what? Okay, cool. Tight ends, man. All right,
Yes.
all right. Tight
Well,
ends.
other than tight end, I'll say that we need a backup running back because I think they released
Yes.
Booker because we saved $2 million.
Yes, we
Right.
do.
Yeah, Jerome Ford from Cincinnati, running back. I think he could be a number one back. If he slips to the third round, I think he's a steal.
Okay.
And Brian Robinson Jr. Maybe we could get him in the 4th or 5th round on top of Jerome Ford, and we could do a 1-2 punch with those guys in the future if we don't pay Saquon Barkley.
Well,
yeah, but I think I would like us to get at least a veteran running back,
Well-
in free agency. I don't mind drafting a guy, but you want to have somebody that like. If Saquon goes down, heaven forbid, I don't want to just turn it over to a rookie.
Yeah, but we got to be cost
Unless
effective, bro.
unless it's like a higher place rookie. Like I think like Mitchell for San Francisco. I think he was a decent. He was like a 4th rounder or something like that, or a 3rd round pick, something like that.
You get the same bang for your buck with 4 in the 3rd or
yeah,
4th. round.
yeah.
Running back. I'm not gonna say running back is easy, Rob Zero. I'm not trying to denounce you or anything like that. But running back is one of the easier positions to shine at.
Yeah.
Because you pick the hole or you run.
Yeah.
Or you block.
Or you
But there's
block.
a kid out of Texas Tech you need to watch too. He's
Yeah,
about
he's
206
dominant, too.
pounds. And I'll tell you what, man, he just reminds me of a smaller Brandon Jacobs, man. The guy just bulls people over. He hits the hole and people know he's there. He's going to be that little bruiser and he's got the weight and the build that he's going to be able to take a season worth of hits.
And then that running back from Baylor that was in that game.
Oh,
that we were
yeah, the
looking at,
senior. Oh, my God,
Smith,
what a stud.
Aaron Smith. I think his name is Smith from Baylor. That dude,
Stud.
that dude just goes forward, man. He's going to get you 2 to 3 yards almost every time he carries the ball. He
Didn't
just goes
we
forward.
just sign a guy from Buffalo too?
Yes, we did. Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Joe, you got any other sleepers? Any other sleeper draft prospects before we start wrapping this up?
Listen, there's a couple of wide receivers that I like later in the rounds. One's at SMU, I believe, and then the other one's at Cincinnati.
Okay.
There's that one from SMU. He's not very tall, but he's a speedy, shifty, reliable hands. I watched a game with him this year, and he really impressed me. I forget their names because we've been talking about so much.
Yeah, I know you have.
But
Alec
yeah, the one
Pierce from Cincinnati.
Yes.
3rd round. Hopefully we can get him.
Yes, that's a guy. Keep an eye out for him for depth. Let him come in and learn behind some of these guys if we keep Galladay next year, because that could be the guy that replaces Galladay.
All right, cool. Okay, so listen, it is now 9:15, y'all. Again, I have to let Pat and Joel go because they're getting ready to go and do their show. So what y'all should do is leave here, sub them up, and take your asses over and hang out with them. Okay. Last thing. Joel, anything you want to plug? Anything that you want to, like anything you got coming out? You want the people to know about? Go ahead. Can you not hear me?
I don't know. Pat looks like he froze. Maybe.
No, Pat's moving around.
Oh.
Yeah. No, this is your guys' time to plug your shit. Please plug your shit.
Well, we got a show tonight, the Giants Cave. Well, we rotate it between 4 of us channels.
Okay.
Monday night, I do a show. We call it the Mockumentary.
Okay.
And all we're doing is we're just, let's get a little wild here because we're always trying to be serious about the draft. Let's say something stupid and crazy happens because, the Raiders take Cleveland Farrell. The Jets traded up to take Trubisky. Yeah, there's been some other wild moves that always messes up the draft that happens in the top 10. You know what? What if Jacksonville learns by the Bengals? All right, and they take wide receiver at 1 because these wide receivers go up the freaking chart because of the combine.
Yeah.
What if? What does that do to the whole draft if they take one of those kids out of Ohio State?
Okay. You know what? I don't think anybody's even doing stuff like that. So that's interesting. Okay. I definitely.
Damn good show. Too.
I definitely.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm there.
9:30.
I'm sold. I'm there.
Damn good show.
Yeah. I'm sold. I'm there. Okay. Pat, what else? What you got to plug? Plug your shit, please.
Man. The only thing I got to plug, man, is I'd like to thank everybody for helping me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers.
That's
man.
awesome, man.
An
Congratulations to you,
blast.
brother. Congratulations to you.
I guess, hard work pays off. I'm glad I'm actually able to come on Pest Show. I owed you one. You came on my show a long time ago.
You don't owe me a damn thing.
That's what helped to get it started. So, but as far as plugging everything, we're coming up with something brand new every other day. We're talking on the phone, coming up with new things just to have you guys entertained. I love it when you guys come in our chat and we can respond, just bounce ideas off each other. Shout out to Rob Zero. This is my first time doing anything with you, man. I enjoyed talking with you guys. And we're gonna keep it rolling, man. I always look for something new, man. Big Blue Cruise always bring you something new, man. And just enjoy the content.
The BBC.
Just real quick, Pest, the third member of our crew, G Nation, Lou. He does a thing on fight nights called Leather to the Face. Make sure people come and we'd even do boxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We even do boxing.
Okay.
So
that's dope.
That's a damn good show too.
Yes,
that's dope.
Is.
Okay.
We had a lot of fun on that.
Hey, listen, I'm in. I'm in. Rob, you got anything crazy coming up this week?
No. We'll get. We'll probably jump in, obviously, with some news and stuff like that. We didn't get back in. It took a few days off for making videos, so I'm going to try to get caught back up. So probably going to do some videos on like maybe some free agent possibilities, talk a little bit of the draft. Obviously, kind of staying in tune with any cuts, trades, anything like that that's coming up. Going to get right back on top of that. And then from a Twitch perspective, you guys can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/R0B, just like my name says it right here. And you could go ahead and you can find me there. Stream Madden, play Madden, but always down to talk some sports. But we'll have some videos coming later on this week, which will kind of recap things that have happened and predict some things for the future.
Cool. Hey, don't expect shit from me, y'all. Okay, I do shit when I feel like it. All right, like I do shit when I feel like it. But y'all know, y'all can always get me on Twitter. That's the easiest way to interact with me. I'm always super active. I'm on Twitter all goddamn day long. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. Joel and Pat, thank you guys so much for coming on to the channel.
Yep.
You guys are kicking ass, and I just want to see everybody win. Right, that's all I care about. So I'm super glad that you guys are doing great stuff. I'm glad to be a part of the foundation, and it's great to watch you guys build this house that you're building. So that's awesome. So yeah, guys, we appreciate all y'all for coming. And hi, Nikki. I see you,
Nikki.
girl. I see you. What's up, Nikki? I miss you, Nikki. I'm glad to see you. I hope everything's going well. So listen, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Yes. I hope that everything good that can happen happens to you, except for you, Billy Mays, because you're a sorry sack of shit, and I can't fucking stand you. And with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, do all the stuff. And we will get up with you guys later. Deuces!